Welcome back, everybody. I'm out here in Autryville at the Range Complex, and today is the final day of the Tactical Games, which is occurring here in Carolina. We've got two guys some of you may recognize, Ben and Ivan. I'll let them introduce themselves and then kind of get into what the Tactical Games are.
My name's Ben. I'm the co-owner of Wiseman Company. You can find us over on YouTube, Wiseman Company, Instagram. This is my 5th Tactical Games. I think we did the first one a year ago here in North Carolina. I don't know if you want to introduce yourself as well.
Hey, I'm Ivan with KipBadger.com. And yeah, we actually met here a year ago at, I think it was the first real Tactical Games.
It was.
They had an invitational early on, and then they opened this one up, and yeah, we ended up coming out for it.
It was much smaller a year ago, though.
Yeah, it was crazy. When I drove in, I was amazed at how many vendors and cars and everything were here. Last year was 30 people. I think there's over 150 competitors this year.
Yep.
So it's growing, and sponsors are everywhere, which is awesome. But sort of my take on it, I've never competed, just to be clear, but I've watched them now several times. So I did one shooting competition ever. I think it was IDPA. Don't quote me on that. But either way, the reason I have never done another one is because I oriented my pistol at a berm that was on the side when I was running, and I got DQ'd, and I thought that was insane. So I just left and went home, and I've never done it again. So what the Tactical Games does is they follow the 4 basic rules of safety, but it's not any crazy competition stuff. And then they also work in elements of physical fitness to induce stress and to help eliminate some of the gaming that goes on in other shooting competitions. So I think that's cool. You guys feel free. What you take there?
So like Mike said, they take out a lot of the gaming. You can't come in here and lift your way to victory. You can't shoot your way to victory. If you're going to drop shots, it's 10 seconds per miss. That adds up very quickly. You have to be competent at both.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. It's the melding of those two as far as proficiency with firearms as well as just physical fitness. And it's definitely more of an emphasis on physical fitness. Because, I mean...
what did you guys do today?
At 4:45 this morning, we showed up for 05 5-mile ruck march. Which would you finish it in?
52 minutes. So right at that 10-minute per mile-ish type deal.
I came in about a minute behind you or so.
Yep.
And yeah, 45, 50-pound pack, and it was hey, there's 30 backpacks over there. On the whistle, run 50 yards, put one on, follow the chem lights. And you're
pitch black, just go. Yep, headlamps on. Weird terrain back here in North Carolina, uneven terrain. Just go until they tell you to stop. It's a great little addition to the Tactical Games. We've never done anything like that before. Just touching on the rules real quick that Mike was saying. It's not like your typical IDPA 2-gun rules. We like to call it big boy rules. So there's no real
safety third.
Yes, yes. So they're gonna let you roll, get away with a lot of stuff.
They keep it safe, but it's one of those where it's not hypersensitive to rules, and
as long as you're not breaking those 4 fundamental safety rules, you're golden.
Honestly, I think the best thing going with respect to the Tactical Games in any competition is there's 4 or 5 other people running an event with you.
Yeah. Right.
And so if you're shooting whatever shooting competition or whatever, you'll go through, you'll do your run, and it's okay, cool. But trying to catch Ben on events or
when you're together, it adds a new element of competition.
You start sled dogging, and it's fun.
Yeah, it's really, really fun. Question for Mike, where do you see the Tactical Games going from here?
I think it's only going to continue to grow. I think the trend of sort of more realistic shooting scenarios with your heart rate up and the stress induced that they bring here. I mean, if you guys have ever shot under a timer, a lot of people freak out under the stress of a timer. So, you have that plus the physical stress that's induced.
Out.
And then the gentleman, I believe, who created it is a former SOF guy, and he wanted to introduce that type of training that was going on with the teams into the civilian world. So that's what they're doing, and I think it's really good. Obviously, it's growing, so that trend is there, and I don't see it going down anytime soon for sure. One thing I would point out, though, and we were talking about this earlier, is that they have different divisions in terms of elite and then intermediate. even in the intermediate levels, though, you do have to be in some sort of reasonable shape.
Yes.
Because a few people dropped out already and just basically quit, weren't ready for it. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying you have to be like an Olympic athlete to come out here, because you don't.
Yeah. But yes, right. Dad bod.
But,
Largely though,
but
it's attainable. Like
Yes.
it's not this, oh, like I need to go spend 6 months working. Like if you get to an event, you might do burpees
Right.
because you can't complete an obstacle or something, but roll out. Like, and it's not also something that there's a lot of confusion on. You don't have to be military, you don't have to be law enforcement.
Mhm.
Like you need to be safe with handling a firearm, and
Yeah.
like that's pretty much the qualifier.
Yeah.
Like,
right, and those guys that quit, like they didn't have to, right? They could have
No.
continued on. It's
Yeah.
not like, oh, you didn't finish it, you're out.
Yes.
It's not
yeah,
how it works.
there's
They
no
could have
go,
continued.
no go.
Yes.
Right.
Like,
So, yeah.
Yes.
Anything else?
Yeah, one last thing, and this is something Ivan has always said from the beginning, is if you're thinking about going to the tactical games, use it as a metric. It's a great way to find out like where you stand, how physically capable am I, where's my shooting at under stress. A lot of times we shoot with an even heart rate, we're comfortable, we're calm. But if you really want to test yourself, obviously come here and be competitive, that's the whole point. But if you really want to test yourself, I think the tactical games is a good spot to do that.
Yeah, I'd agree. Like it's a good metric.
And just-
Yardstick.
And just a side note for those of you guys who don't follow Ivan on Kit Badger, he does not normally dress like this.
Don't.
This is a retro event with the Brown Alice clone rifle
Yeah.
in 1911 here. So he was doing that just for fun, not so much to win. So that's
No,
it.
like it, and that's what it is, man. Like this is just fun.
Yeah.
A chance to come out and meet good people,
Yep.
people interested in doing the same thing that are willing to just come out and have fun.
Agreed. Well, that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you are not following both of these gentlemen on YouTube, IG, Facebook, all that stuff, links will be down below in the video description, as always. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. We'll see you in the next video.
Boom! Done.